The Los Angeles Chargers have looked phenomenal this year, and I believe they are only one piece away from winning a Super Bowl. The Chargers bounced back in a major way this Sunday, picking off Kirk Cousins 4 different times in a major bounce-back win against the Falcons. With this win, the Chargers now move to 8-4 on the season with a massive game on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs on the horizon. And although I think this Chargers turnaround under Jim Harbaugh has been incredible, I still believe they are a piece or two away from potentially winning a Super Bowl. Now let's first of all talk about this massive shift that has happened in LA since Jim Harbaugh has taken over. It is clear that there is a new culture within the Chargers organization. Since Jim Harbaugh has taken over, this offense has completely shifted its mindset. They have become a run-first team that has been very effective that leads into their deadly play-action game. And we all know how great Justin Herbert is, but you look at his passing attempts with some of the other big-time quarterbacks in the league, he's really taken a step back in that category. And I think that immediately shows you what Harbaugh has implemented into this Chargers organization. They want to be a smash-mouth football team that can pick you apart in that play-action game with their top 5 quarterback in the league in Justin Herbert. And I also think Herbert deserves a ton of credit in this entire equation. Everybody knows that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league. 6'5", 230 pounds, and can sling it all over the yard. But there were definitely some question marks coming into this year, and I had a few of them myself about what his production would look like after the loss of his top 2 receivers in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. And Justin Herbert, without a doubt, has answered every single one of those questions, and he has put himself in this tier of quarterbacks that if you pay them $50 to $60 million a year, they can single-handedly win you games no matter who they're playing with on the offensive side of the ball. And you can go down this very prestigious list. You got guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert without a doubt, and I think Joe Burrow's right on the edge of being in that number 5 range. But regardless, Herbert is a bona fide top 5 quarterback in the entire National Football League, and it's been incredible to see what he's doing this year. And when I started off this video by saying that the Chargers were still one piece away from winning a Super Bowl, I believe that it comes within their receiving core. We see this stud rookie receiver in Ladd McConkey that's really been Herbert's number 1 guy this season. He's lighting it up, but at the end of the day, he's a slot receiver. The Chargers need a true X receiver, a guy on the outside that's going to go up, win one-on-one matchups against the best cornerbacks in the NFL. And that's what the previous Chargers regime thought that Quentin Johnson was going to be when they drafted him 2 years ago, but he's really struggled with his drop problems. It was apparent his rookie year that he was really getting in his own head, and it was leading to him dropping all of these passes. And I think he had a great start to this season, but again, we saw on Monday Night Football 2 weeks ago against the Ravens, Johnson religiously struggled to catch the ball. But I ultimately do think that Jim Harbaugh and this staff made the right decision, passing up on a guy like Malik Nabers in the draft and ultimately taking Joe Alt to solidify that offensive line for Justin Herbert. And this defense has really been impressive as well. I think coming into this year, everybody was excited to see Herbert's progression with Jim Harbaugh now as the head coach, but I've been so excited to see how this defense has really transcended under Harbaugh. Right now, they're giving up the fewest points per game in the entire NFL at just over 15, and they're turning the ball over at a high level. We just saw them pick off Kirk Cousins 4 different times this weekend, and this Chargers team, without a doubt, has had the talent to get over the hump over the past few seasons, but it was simply coaching that was the issue. Now, what can this Chargers team do this season? They're 8-4. Of course, they have to get over this hurdle that is the Kansas City Chiefs that are currently 11-1 at the top of the AFC West. But right now, I look at the AFC. I think in the Tier 1 category, you definitely have the Chiefs and the Bills, and then right underneath it, I think you have the Ravens and the Chargers. Now, I know the Ravens just beat the Chargers on Monday Night Football, but I really think that was kind of a fluky game offensively from this Chargers team. If the Chargers were to go into the postseason and see a matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers or against the Houston Texans, I love these matchups for both of these teams, and I think that they can knock off either one of them. And I think also, too, when you have one of the premier best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, you're always going to have a chance against any team you play, no matter who it is. So if you would tell me that in 2 months, in late January, that the Los Angeles Chargers would be potentially playing the Chiefs for a 3rd time in the AFC Championship, I would have no doubts about it. This Chargers team, to me, has been one of the most impressive teams in football this year, and their turnaround has been amazing to watch. I think they're the biggest surprise team currently in the NFL right now, and I absolutely think they are capable of making a big-time run in the postseason. I'm Caden Kubler, and thanks for watching.